New details tonight on the officer-involved shooting in which police killed the suspect.
Police Chief Joe Logan just wrapped up a press conference minutes ago. Here's what he says led to the shooting.
Shortly before 11 a.m. today, officers were called to a report of a male pedestrian running onto the roadway at Farrington Highway and Mo'ua Street. The two responding officers found a male walking in the middle of the highway with traffic passing around. They engaged with the male in the roadway and repeatedly instructed the male to get off the road, but he refused. The male then brandished a knife. The officers created distance from the male and drew their department-issued firearms. They continued to issue commands to put down the knife and to get off the road. Again, the male refused. The first officer returned her firearm to her holster and drew out her taser. After repeated commands, the officer deployed the taser, and the suspect initially fell to the ground. The officers appeared to close the distance when the male got up and charged at the second officer, at which time the officer fired his weapon twice, striking the suspect in the chest.
And the man was pronounced dead at the scene. The chief said the man had a knife with a 2 to 3 inch blade, and he said the suspect wasn't known to police in that area. And while he was in the middle of the road, he had a black suitcase with him. The chief said it was a split-second decision for the officer to pull the trigger.
Today's incident is an example of seeming how a routine call can turn deadly in a matter of seconds. We are saddened that we had to take a life and are thankful that no members of the public or any of the officers were hurt.
The officers involved have 23 years and 16 years of experience on the force. They were both part of the District 8 patrol in West Oahu. They'll be placed on administrative leave, which is standard protocol.
And here's what the president of the Police Officers Union, Shopo, told Island News today. Our officers were called to a dangerous situation where the subject placed himself, motorists, and bystanders at risk of serious injury or worse. Despite their efforts to de-escalate the situation, the subject refused commands and eventually attempted to attack our officers with a knife. We commend our officers for putting themselves in harm's way to protect the public. Anytime there is a loss of life, it is traumatic for all involved, including our officers. Our sympathies go to the family of the deceased for their loss.